Hello and welcome to my Football Manager 17 series, Better Than Mourinho. And first, let's step back a few moments and talk about Manchester United. Because Manchester United is the club that I'm going to be the manager of during this series. And of course, Manchester United is a club with a tremendous history, dating over 100 years back in time. But if you look at the more nowadays history, I would say the modern times Man United, it started with Sir Alex Ferguson. And during his stint, extremely long stint, being the manager from 86 up to 2013 or something like that, he managed to win 38 trophies, including 13 league titles and 2 Champions Leagues. That's an insane result he managed to get out of the club during his years as a manager. No wonder he's considering a legend or maybe even a god among the fans. And then when he finally retired, David Moyes stepped up and things went south. He didn't have a great season there, didn't have a great time there, and didn't take long before the fans wanted him out of the club. And then, to replace Moyes, United decided we need a bigger name. We need somebody who's used to the big clubs, to winning titles, and they found it in Louis van Gaal. He has a really good history too, with the winning the Dutch league many times as a manager. He managed to win the Champions League, and of course he managed to win the Spanish leagues twice with Barcelona, winning the German league with Bayern. This definitely sounded like a lad that could do what Man United needed. But no, the bad days of David Moyes continued under Louis van Gaal. And finally, the club had enough. Van Gaal had to go, and it was time for somebody new. And then the club faced 2 options. First off, they were thinking about some Portuguese dude, and they were thinking about me. And for some weird reason, they decided to go with that Portuguese dude. And some people call it a mistake. Time will tell. This series will show you what would have happened if they have decided to go with me instead. Can I beat José Mourinho? Of course, it's going to take some time before we know that answer, because Mourinho's first season as a Man United manager has just started. But we're going to do this at the same time, so we're going to see, will I perform better or worse? Would United have been better off hiring me instead of Mourinho? Football Manager will tell us the truth, and we will see in a few months when this season is over in real life how Mourinho did, and of course a little bit earlier we're going to see how I did. And this is going to be a pretty short series compared to my last YouTube series, the Liverpool save. I haven't decided exactly how long it's going to be, but it's going to be somewhere between 1 season and 3. I might be happy with just doing 1, depending on how it goes, but I might want another or maybe 2 seasons, just so I have the time to create my Man United. Because right now, when we start the game, is José Mourinho's Man United with his big signings, and maybe I want another transfer window too to make it my Man United. But at least 1 season, if things goes well, at the absolute maximum is going to be 3 seasons. And except this episode, today's episode, that's out now, all the other episodes is going to get released at 9 in the morning Central European time. That's an hour earlier, I believe, 8 in the morning for you UK people. And for the rest of you, wherever you are around the world, you can probably find out. But 9 in the morning Central European time, every day a new episode is going to be released until we are done with this series. So yeah, let's start the adventure now. And as you can see, I have taken the Man United hot seat, and I'm getting welcome to the club by the chairman, Ed Woodward. And he tells me a little bit about my contract and things like that. And let's attend the meeting and see what they want. And I'm getting welcomed here to the club by the owner, Glacier, and he welcomes me to the Red Devils. And yeah, that's great. Glad to meet you, mate. And he wants to tell me about the Man United history, but I know it already. I mean, who's into football doesn't know about Man United? So I'm just going to tell him that it's okay. I already know it. And after that, he tells me about the philosophies that he wants me to play. He wants me to play attacking football, and he wants me to develop youngsters using the club's youth system. And I'm okay with that. I mean, who doesn't like attacking football? Well, maybe Mourinho. He likes to park the bus, but I'm not Mourinho. And I always love to develop youngsters in Football Manager. Now, of course, this is going to be a very short save, so you're probably not going to see the results of the youngsters I start developing today, because it's going to take quite a few seasons before they are world-class stars. But anyway, I like that, so this sounds good. And yeah, I'm happy with the philosophy. And what we want to do now is let's see. Well, we can take a look at the transfer update, and we have loaned out quite a few players. So those won't affect us for now. We're going to take a look at the squad pretty soon too. Let's see injuries. That's good for us. We don't have any injury problems. Always good news. Responsibilities, I can take a look at that later. And here's the Man United report. Club situation, things looks bright for us. And I think it's time to take a look at the squad. So, not you. We're going to take a look at the seniors. And let's take a look at one part of the team at a time. So let's start with the goalkeepers. And of course we have David De Gea. He's one of the best goalkeepers in the world. So going to be very important for us. We'll be starting every important game. Sergio Romero, I mean, might rotate him in for like unimportant games just to keep Gea fit, but David De Gea is the main man. And for the defense, we have Luke Shaw, Bailey, Blind, Smalling, Jones, Valencia, Damian, Royo. Might see if we can sell somebody with the weaker stats, to see if we can get in like another 4-star defender. Would be great. Also, some club is interested here in Daily Blind. Chelsea, interesting. And for the midfielders, let's take a look at all of them at the same time. Of course, we have Paul Pogba, going to be very important for us. Going to be one of our big stars. Will play every important game. We have Martial, Rashford, Luke Shaw, Mata. Actually, some club is interesting in Mata. Let's take a look at that. As Real Madrid, wasn't thinking about selling Mata, but if we can get a really good price for him, then maybe it can be worth it, because then we can reinvest the money and start a player. But he's a pretty good player. I think he's one of our better players. Yeah, he's 4 stars here, so definitely one of our stronger players. Basically same names. I have a lot of 3-star players, so maybe going to sell 1 or 2 of those to get some money to buy somebody even stronger. And for the attackers, of course, we have the new signing of the summer, Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And he's by far, if you look at current ability, I think, by far our strongest striker. And he's actually our only for best position striker. All the others is like attacking midfielders. And talking about positions, we could take a look at tactics. I haven't decided yet what tactic to use. So I feel like one good way to do that is we're going to bring up all our players, going to sort them by ability, and I'm going to place everybody that we have in our team with a current ability of 3.5 stars or more. I'm going to place them in their best position just to see like what's my strongest parts. So let's start. Paul Pogba, his best position is central midfielder. And De Gea, of course, is the goalie. Ibrahimovic up on top. Mata, best position, central attacking midfielder. So let's move him there. And I'm not going to try to pronounce this name right now. I need to practice it a little bit more before I dare to tell it. But he's good as a right attacking midfielder, his best position. And then Martial, best position is left attacking midfielder. And then we have Herrera, central midfielder. So basically, now I've taken all our best players, the ones with a 3.5 or more current ability, and this is what we got. So it looks like we are probably going to be playing with a lot of attacking midfielders, because 3 of my best players are attacking midfielders. And we need probably maybe to get some more defenders. We don't have any really good. We have some like promising with the potential, like Luke Shaw. But we don't have any current like 4-star abilities. I'm guessing with the season Chris Smalling is having in real life, he will be better in next version of Football Manager. Pretty good chance for it. So this is looking like this. This might be the way we are going to start playing games. This formation, I haven't decided. But one thing we know, we need to get some replacements if we can. We need to get stronger players. And we definitely need a second striker. I mean, we have a lot of players who can play as a striker, but all of them is better as attacking midfielders, at least according to the game. Maybe when I take a closer look to them, some is really good for striking, finishing. I mean, we could put Ronaldo on top, of course. Could try, maybe not Rashford, is too weak in striking. Yeah, I'm not sure. I feel like we need another striker, maybe sell somebody, and if we're going to use this formation, we're going to need some more defenders, I feel like. And it would be good to have a really good defensive midfielder. Let's take a look at our current ones. I mean, Paul Pogba, he could play as a defensive midfielder, but I don't feel like that's the way it should be used, like the best way. So we have Schneiderlin, he's pretty good. But yeah, maybe if we can get a 4-star, just like ball-winning midfielder would be great. Let's take a look at our finances then to see what we can create of this. We have actually a decent amount of transfer budget left. And if we sell 1 or 2 players, we will have actually a huge amount of transfer budget. And I won't be afraid of signing big famous names, because that's definitely been the United style in the past few years. And the board wants us to develop youngsters, and that's the way I normally play this game. I love developing youngsters, but since this is going to be a pretty short save, just like 1, 2, maybe 3 seasons, I feel like we're better off buying finished products. For the wage budget though, there is a problem. We are almost at the cap. We have like room for paying 1 big wage. So probably need to sell somebody. Let's take a look at the wages. See who's costing us money, and is somebody doing that who is not that good. Maybe you actually should offload Roney. That would be a huge post on our wage budget. Because it's basically these lads are the expensive ones. And finally, let's take a look at the schedule. So this is the preseason, and I won't show any of the preseason games. I don't think it's going to be that exciting. I'm not even going to show the Roney testimonial against Everton. Probably the first game of this series is going to be the Community Shield against Leicester. Could be interesting, starting off here against the reigning champions. And then we have some interesting games coming up with Everton, Arsenal, and then a few maybe easier games. Shouldn't jinx it right now. Then Leicester again. Oh, the big derby against Man City is going to be huge. Liverpool, Tottenham, Chelsea. A lot of tough games coming up in this period. But I think this is it for the first episode. When we reach next episode, I will be done with the preseason. I might have sold somebody. I might have brought in another big name. Who knows? Only time will tell. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. And I see you during the next episode.